First things first, tell the people your name and where you're coming from, please.
Hey, my name's Leica, and you can find me in Croydon. That's where I'm originally from.
Jeez, Croydon. How was Croydon growing up?
Croydon was interesting. I can definitely say it was character building. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. But if anything, like I was born there, I was raised there, I went to school there, and if anything, I had the best time there. So yeah.
Home, character building. I like that. How would you describe yourself in one word?
Energetic.
Energetic.
Yeah.
Said it in an energetic way as well. Like, I got that wrong. I got that word so wrong. I said it in an energetic way anyway as well. Like energetic. Went straight into it. How would you say your friends and family describe you?
Driven.
Yeah. Like that. Did you go to school in Croydon?
So I went to primary school in Croydon, and then I went to secondary school in Streatham.
Streatham?
Yeah.
How was secondary?
Secondary school was interesting. Another one. I think I didn't have like the best time in secondary school, partially because I did not like working. Like I didn't like school. And then but after that I went to the sixth form in Streatham, and I had the best time of my life. I think it was just like the year 7 to 11 period. I was like this is not for me.
Certain dynamics, innit?
Yeah, certain dynamics.
No, hear it. So what first got you into music?
So initially, I was brought up Roman Catholic. So in a Roman Catholic church, it's very much hymns, and to me, that is dead. Like it's just sorry to whoever goes to a Roman Catholic church, but it just like the hymns just was not hitting for me.
Exactly.
So what I basically done was like after like there was like a church service, I would like sing the hymns, but I would kind of put in a melodic way, but it was kind of like an R&B vibe. So I think when people ask me like when did it start, I feel like it came from church, but it was more because I was bored of the church songs, and then I just found myself remixing it. So that's when I was just like, okay, this is what I kind of like doing. But in terms of like how I fully got into music from there was I participated in a lot of what do they call it? Pantomimes and like shows, like school plays and stuff, and obviously like musicals, and that's the word I was looking for. And in those musicals, obviously music is playing, and that's where I got my love for acting and singing, and then from there I just ran off with it.
Sick. So you said you started with like hymns, obviously you was remixing it and that.
Yeah.
What would you say the genre of the music you make is now?
So the genre that I would say I'm just gonna call it a concoction of R&B, just a mixture of different vibes of R&B sounds. It's quite hard for me to pinpoint what exactly is my sound, but because I just love all sorts of R&B, slow jams, R&B drill, you name it. So
I was not expecting R&B drill there, but yeah, if it works, it works, man. But like anything can go on drill these days.
Yeah, just put drill beat over it. It's R&B drill. Yeah, trust me.
Alright, cool. What would you say your creative process is now then? Like, yeah.
So my creative process, in terms of like creating a song, I would normally start off with just being given like a beat, and I will play around with like melodic sounds. Doesn't necessarily have to have words to it, but kind of like how I start off anyway, even before that, is I like to work solely alone when it comes to that melodic process, and that's where I get to like experiment with different sounds and what kind of goes with the beat and everything, and then from there, lyrically wise, I will kind of just come up with some kind of context based on what I feel like the melody's based on. So if it's a bit slow tempoed, I'll probably have a song that's a bit more I guess sad. I don't want to say sad, but just a bit vulnerable. That's the word. So that's kind of like the vibe that I kind of go off, and then from there, like I literally just find a context of something. So it could be heartbreak, for example, and then from there create almost like a spider diagram and just kind of split it apart in terms of like how heartbreak can fit into that little spidergram. So it could be like heartbreak from, I don't know, someone cheated on me. It could be heartbreak from the fact that I want to be out of this relationship. There's so many topics that you can get from it. And then from there, that's how I find my topic, and I write based on that.
That's interesting. No, it's actually interesting. That's the really... I do workshops for like writing.
Yeah.
And that's like a really good exercise to do. Just
Yeah.
like spider diagrams are amazing. Just the whole thing of opening up all your opportunities and all your
Definitely,
possibilities.
yeah.
That's interesting. You have quite it's quite a method to like I don't know the word right now.
Methodological? Is that a word?
Methodical.
Methodical. Hey, this English.
It is. Someone is watching this right now. Said these ones here.
Problems.
But no,
Yeah.
you've got quite a specific way of approaching it. You've got like, so do you think, did you develop that? Did you always approach it like that, or did you think, okay, I need to just one day you was like, I'm writing like this, but let me just approach it like this, like.
Do you know what? I think like I get a lot of like brain fog, as you probably could have told by like look at me now, like I'm stuttering. But yeah, like I just like my brain just feels like it's working at like 100 miles per hour, and sometimes I just realize in order to like be able to write songs that really come from the heart, I really need to break down my thoughts. And that's kind of like the process that I felt was much easier for me to break down my thoughts and then kind of just focus on that section. How I even came up with that approach, I think it's because I work in IT as well. So everything in IT is very much structured. It's very much like, you know, like everything's basically planned from the very get-go. So I think just the approach of like how things are in the corporate world, I kind of implemented that into my creative life as well.
Sick. You've got to learn from everything.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we was talking about this a little bit earlier, just with regards to, I guess, you said you've worked with 2 producers, but like, how is that working with? Do you work with other artists? Like, is that thing that you approach?
I want to do more of that.
You want to do more of that?
Yeah. I'm quite blessed that one of the producers, the one to Nevere, he's also a singer-songwriter himself as well, as well as a producer. So it's quite nice working with him and just kind of feeding off different energies and different ideas. But definitely in the future, I do want to work with more artists.
And if you had like that one dream collab, like one person that I've got to work with this person right now, who would that be?
I don't think I've ever thought that far ahead. There's a couple. Who would I want to? I'm probably going to say Rihanna or SZA.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
God willing.
God willing.
I want to hear it. Are you mad? Come on. Sick. But have you got, I mean, I feel like these two probably would be in it because you just said their names, but have you got a top 5 artist list at the moment?
Top 5 artist list? I wouldn't necessarily say like a list as in such, but like maybe I'd go towards who I gravitate towards most in terms of music. So Thames right now. Definitely Beyonce, but I think that's based because of the Renaissance album that just came out. Recently as well, Danelle Jones. I've gone back to the old school R&B vibe. And then who else? I was listening to Lauryn Hill recently. And then I need a 5th one. I feel like I've missed out bare artists that I actually did. Bryson Tiller was a recent one, so yeah, that's my top 5.
Sick. Okay. It's a good list, you know. It's a good list. Out of all of that, would you say any of those are personal inspirations to you though? Like people that you look to when you're making your music?
Definitely. I feel like, especially with Lauryn Hill, she's also got a raspy tone to her vocals. And I can't lie, still a bit of, vocal styles from her because obviously I need to get inspiration from somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say you ain't stealing, you're just being influenced, you've been inspired, you know what I mean? That's just all that is.
It's true. I've been inspired. Yeah. So definitely Lauryn Hill in terms of vocal styles.
Sick. Alright. Just looking on your journey though, journey into just in general, I guess. What would you say is the biggest obstacle you've had to face today? There's a couple, but what's the one that I'm currently going through right now? I would definitely say just kind of being realistic about how this music game works. Obviously I knew when I first came into it that it was going to be hard work, but I never really understood it until you're actually in it. I think there's a lot of artists who also go through the same thing where it's just like
you've got this amazing dream of being a singer-songwriter and you think you're going to put your music out there and you're going to blow. And what I've also come to the realization is how important marketing is, how much networking is important, how much money goes into a lot of things as well. And although there are obstacles, the obstacles that I'm currently just climbing my way through, but I never realised how much it takes from you, from your personal life to even your finance. My money's finished.
For real.
Yeah.
I heard that. But no, it sounds like obviously you're learning from these situations.
Definitely, yeah.
No, more wins? Is that what I'm trying to say? I was trying to say God willing, but you know, we move past
God willing, more wins.
all of that.
Yeah, all of that.
Prayers and affirmations.
Exactly.
That's what I'm about right now.